Welcome to another episode of
The Epic Family Road Trip.
This week we started in Oceanside, California. Now one night at the campground, we camped right beside a family that owned an IT business in San Diego. We got talking about corporate culture and about homeschooling and all kinds of things, and they invited us down to take a tour of their facility. We also got to get an inside look at the inner workings of the cloud. If you've ever used Amazon or Google Mail or Google Docs or anything really, social media of any kind, all the data goes through the cloud, and it was really fun and educational for all of us to get in there and see how it works behind the scenes. Had a really interesting tour through a company of someone we met at the campground there the other day. He invited us to tour through his company. He's reading my book, and they have an incredible culture at their company. It was really fun to meet everybody, see their facility, and then to top it all off, he and his CEO took us through their high security data cloud facility. So we got a chance to see what the cloud looks like. Millions and millions of pieces of data going through there, all fiber optic. It's the number 2 cloud center in the whole San Diego area. Very interesting, a good homeschool field trip for the kids, and I learned a lot and just enjoyed that whole tour. So hope you like what you see here. We filmed a little bit. We filmed where we could. Most of it is so high security that they wouldn't let us take cameras in, of course, but we're able to show you some of the inner workings of an IT cloud. The next day we packed up, hitched up the Jeep, and headed over the mountains into Yuma, Arizona. It was a beautiful drive through the desert. The next day we got up and started heading north to Sedona, Arizona. It is just an incredible place to visit. If you haven't been there, make sure you put that on your travel list. It is surrounded in red rock cliffs, amazing hiking trails, biking trails, rivers. It's just a place you definitely need to see. we're here in Sedona, Arizona, beautiful place, and we met up with Our Family Drive. Check them out at Our Family Drive on Instagram. It's a family here with a couple of beautiful kids just heading out on their epic family road trip.
What inspired you guys to do this?
Just wanting to be around the kids more, and you know, you only get so much time before they grow up and move out, so it'd be fun to kind of just be around them more.
And what are you guys traveling in?
We've got a 28-foot Thor 4 Winds, and yeah, we just got all of us, we fixed up the back, so we all sleep in the back together, and kids kind of hang out in the bunk when they need time alone, and you know, just hang out. So
What site are you looking forward to seeing next?
we're heading into Phoenix and then heading east and south to stay warm.
Possibly going to the caverns.
Yeah, the Carlsbad Caverns in New
yeah.
Mexico, but
That'd be cool.
hopefully hitting up the Phoenix Children's Museum and the zoo and stuff while we're in a major city.
So much to see.
Yeah.
Well, getting out together as a family on the road is a really nice way of spending concentrated, quality, quantity time together. We've experienced that over the past couple of years, and we don't regret a minute of doing it. So, nice meeting you guys, and hope you have fun, and we'll see you down the road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Got down hours before you guys. We've been standing over there waiting. You guys must have taken a lot longer than us to get down the hill. You believe that? While we were in town, we ran into our good friends, the Holcombes. Now, they've been on the road for 4 years and traveling around in an RV just like ours. And they took us on an adventure called boon-docking. This is where you take your RV and your equipment and you camp for free on BLM lands, which is Bureau of Land Management. These are government grounds that allow free camping. So it was a really great experience, and they're the experts at doing this. And so we climbed up into the real high elevations where you can actually get snow at night, and found a great camp spot and had a wonderful camping experience with them, made a fire and played some guitar and just had some great times with our friends, the Holcombes.
How's it going?
You guys here.
Good to see you guys. How you been? Good.
How's everybody doing?
Hey there.
How are you? We meet again.
Hey.
See you
How
guys.
are you?
Last time we met the Holcombes was in Asheville, North Carolina, right? We did the tour of the Biltmore. Before that, we met in Yosemite, and before that in Zion National Park. And we just followed each other on Instagram, and now we're best friends. And these guys travel around even longer than we have. What, you're going to middle of your third year? Or?
No.
We're wrapping up our fourth year.
Wrapping up your fourth year?
Yeah.
Wow. They've been traveling around in an RV just like us for 4 years. And they do some crazy adventures. Like, what did you just recently come
We
out
just
of
got off of kayaking 280 miles to the Grand Canyon, so down the
bad.
Colorado River.
And that's your second time doing it, right?
Yeah, second time in 2 years, which is pretty amazing.
Trying to wake up from a dream is harder than it seems. Birds are flying all around. Some fall and hit the ground. This is where I should belong. Inside a simple song. Running careless down the line, beyond the brink of time. I will love you till I die.
What are you doing?
We are about to go off this rock slide when the water is absolutely freezing.
You got your wetsuit on? Have fun. So what's the story behind this place?
So when I was 5 years old, my grandparents brought me here with my cousins, and we came and did the water slide, but I was little, and so they would pull me out right about there, and so I missed the big slide at the end, so we had to come back and check it out.
Thanks for bringing us here.
You bet. Glad you could come.
How was it, Pete?
Nice.
Memories, they all twist and turn. I bang my head against the wall. Yes, somehow I just never learn.
We are heading up the side of a mountain here outside of Sedona, following Family Go-Go, which is the Holcombe family, and they're introducing us to just what what's called boondocking or dry camping, dry docking in government land. You can see we're really getting into the wilderness. There's snow up here, and it should be a new experience for us. We're pretty used to being in campgrounds, but this should be awesome. We'll let you know how it goes.
There was no need to speak. Always in the dark, you can't close. Always with a spark. I wish I could forget. We run about it from the start. Nostalgia is my second nature art. My least favorite state of mind. But I go there all the time. All the time.
They're on the wave surfing up the front. Shoots back up. So I'm out there fishing. I'm in my waders, and I'm like, oh, maybe thigh deep, you know. And this moose walks along the shore, and I'm watching him. He's going along the bank, and he gets to the shortest place to where I am to it, and it just turns and starts like flipping its ears and snorting. What are you gonna do? So I keep going deeper and deeper, and finally I'm up to where I've got about an inch before the water's like coming in my waders. And I'm like, if this moose comes after me, am I just gonna swim for it? Am I gonna like whack it with my rod? You know, what do you do? And finally it came up and got pretty close, and I was about to take off swimming, and turned around, and the other moose had come out of the woods, and it went and chased the other moose,
Wow.
and then it ran through our camp.
We run about it from the start. Nostalgia is my second nature art. My least favorite state of mind. But I go there all the time. All the time. Oh, I go there all the time. All the time.
After a beautiful time in Sedona, we headed over to Cottonwood where we set up for the night, and then the next day headed up the mountain to the historic ghost town of Jerome, Arizona. This town is incredible, a lot of fun, all kinds of places to explore. It used to be a copper mine, and at one point had 15,000 residents in the town. It was known as the wickedest city in America at the time. Right now it's, I think, a population of about 350 people. Jerome, Arizona. It's built on the top of a mountain. We're just winding up the mountain here. Very cool. Say something, Pete. What do you got there?
The pulled pork platter. It's super good. I think it said that the pulled pork is smoked for like 10 hours before it came. And the beans, actually, as a side, are the best I've ever had.
They have pulled pork in the beans as well.
What kind of sauce you got going? Tang, Little Miss Tang?
Oh, it's an actual posting system.
That was an ambulance for in the mine, and it's pretty nice. It's on springs, so if you got hurt, they take good care of you. Your legs fit in here, strap you down, and put you on the train and take you. This is Caduceus Winery, or the wine cellars. If you've ever seen that documentary called Blood into Wine, where the lead singer from Tool created a winery here in Arizona. He was the first. And this is the place.
Yeah, so that was before we made our wines here in Jerome, but we've been making wine up here for a while.
Next morning we got up and began driving up to Flagstaff, Arizona. Now, Carol had a friend that just recently moved there, and we hadn't seen her in over 20 years, and since then she now has a beautiful family. So it was fun to hang out with her and her husband and her children and their dog Thor. Thanks for having us over for dinner and preparing that delicious meal.
fajita.
Right now we have left Flagstaff this morning and we're about halfway to Phoenix. We're heading there because I'm attending the International Franchise Association Conference this weekend, and I look forward to meeting up with old friends, meeting a lot of new friends, and just learning, continuing to educate myself and stay up to speed on the franchising industry. After that, we have all kinds of other adventures in store, so make sure you stay tuned. Thanks to our 12,000 plus Epic family members. We really appreciate all of you. And make sure you ask questions because we hope to do a Q&A at some point. And if you have questions about traveling as a family or the minimalist lifestyle of being on the road, we'd be happy to try and answer those questions. We feel like we've got some experience now after being on the road for over 2 years. Even though we can't claim to know everything, we'll be happy to at least make an attempt to answer your questions.
But in the meantime, we'll see you down the road.